We have a lot of astrology happening as we end Pisces season and begin Aries season. There is a lot of turnover here in the energies, and there is a very strong renewal that is ready to officially start at the Aries Equinox. So I'm going to cover quite a bit in this video with the intention of taking you through a process and perhaps understanding more of what is transpiring in your own life. So as we close out Pisces season, we have a Pisces new moon on March 18th or 19th at 28 degrees of Pisces. This is a new moon that is asking you to be very aware of what you're starting now from a new place of hope, trust, and inspiration. Every new moon is a beginning point. It's when the sun and the moon are conjunct and the sky is the darkest. It's where we are seeding new intentions that are going to grow and develop over the course of 2 weeks until we get to the full moon. But this is a more potent new moon because whatever you are intending at this time is going to gain more energy and life force as we move into Aries season. I have a separate video for you here on YouTube going through the Pisces new moon astrology chart. And that's where I dig into more of the specifics. So do check that out because I'm not going to cover all of that in this video, but that can help you see more of what's happening within the new moon energies. So that new moon occurs on March 18th or 19th, depending on your time zone. And then less than 48 hours later, we have the Aries Equinox, where the sun enters Aries on March 20th and begins a whole new astrological journey around the calendar, around all 12 astrology signs. So it's always a very important starting point. It's also a world point. Every cardinal 0-degree point is known as a world point in astrology. So this is where important new beginnings are rising to your attention and to your conscious awareness. There is action here. Aries is a fire sign. Action, passion, inspiration, and courage to begin a new endeavor, to start something fresh. Now, this particular Aries equinox, when the sun gets to 0 degrees of Aries, is also highlighting the same themes of the Saturn-Neptune conjunction from February 20th that was at 0 degrees of Aries. Same degree point. Now here comes the sun. Illumination, warmth, big light, new consciousness, moving across this degree point, shifting the world, bringing our attention to more global matters, wanting us to move into a new chapter. This is a powerful initiation energy. Where are you being asked to be more courageous, independent, to stand on your own, to do something that you feel has your name on it? This Aries season starts with a sense that it's already been forming within you. The dream, the understanding, the new potentials, you've already been feeling it. And do keep in mind that the 0 degrees of Aries point, we have been working with it since last year, when both Saturn and Neptune moved across 0 degrees of Aries a few times each. So in other words, this is not something brand new to you, but it could be something you have been sitting with, internalizing, working through. You've perhaps been determining, do I have the courage to do this? Is this really who I am now? Is this in alignment with what I want next and what I want to invest in going forward? This is a bigger life change energy. This is signaling that you've been preparing and perhaps anticipating for something that now in Aries season is going to have a lot more momentum to it, a lot more desire, and things can move fast. This is fast moving energies for a few reasons. So when we have the sun enter Aries, March 20th, at a world point, It's really going to highlight something within yourself that you are recognizing is part of who you came here to be. The renewal, rebirth, the sense of becoming the next version of yourself, now it's real. At the same time, on the same day, Mercury stations direct at 8 degrees of Pisces, conjunct the North Node in Pisces, signaling you're receiving an important message, communication, information, something connected to that North Node of fated developments that you are meant to trust, integrate, and believe in. So you could have a download intuitively, or some really powerful dream state messages, or something that you've been feeling and sensing out there in the ethers. Because Pisces is the energy that we can't see, but we feel it and we sense it. It's connected to our intuition, our psychic abilities, our ability to read the energy and to pick up on things that are unspoken. Mercury stations direct here the same day as the sun enters Aries. Something either returns to your awareness or you see it in a new light or in a new way that is supporting your growth, your next level steps, and perhaps giving you some beautiful confirmation that you've been waiting for. That's all occurring around the time of not only the Pisces new moon, but this sun entering Aries. Do keep in mind that Mercury will be conjunct the North Node March 17th to the 24th. So it's actually a full week of Mercury working with North Node, fated developments, important connections, information you're meant to really sit with and understand. There could be some big announcements or some big developments here that also arise at this time. So then after Mercury stations direct, all planets are direct until May 6th. All planets direct until May 6th, when Pluto will station retrograde. So that means there is going to be more ease and forward developments here. As each planet now moves forward, things are ready to go. Something's ready to really move. And that's a big part of Aries season, is that now there needs to be action. So the sun moves into Aries, and 2 days later is going to be conjunct Neptune at 1, almost 2 degrees of Aries. The sun conjunct Neptune makes things more confusing, uncertain. You could have some self-doubt or even wonder, is this the right choice? Do I really want this? Neptune brings in a layer of energy that can dissolve certainty, but also expand any self-limiting definitions. So that Neptune energy is actually going to be very influential on the sun in Aries, and it's going to actually release any, let's call it excess ego drive. It's going to dissolve anything that has been too personal or too subjective. It's a sense of questioning more than knowing. And so you could have some new questions that arrive and that you're figuring out, pondering it, just considering, oh, maybe it could be more than this. Maybe it could be a new version that I didn't see before. Then the sun moves on. The sun moves 1 degree a day. And on March 24th, the sun will be conjunct Saturn, now at 4 degrees of Aries. And this is going to bring about certainty, a solution, a plan, something solid that Saturn wants you to understand, commit to, establish a boundary, understand if it's really correct for you. Because Saturn is about what we are responsible for, that we put energy and effort into. And so I think of this as after the sun is conjunct Neptune, which can bring about some confusion or uncertainty, then a few days later, the sun is conjunct Saturn. And there's a sense of, this is what I want to choose, and this is what's realistic. This is what I can handle. This is what I can work on. This is what I can complete. Whenever a planet is conjunct Saturn, there is a sense of constriction and restraint. So if you had some big notion or some huge plan, Saturn is going to bring your attention to the reality of what it will take to make that happen. What are the resources you need? What time is involved? You know, what else do you need in order to make this new thing come together? And so Saturn can be supportive in bringing your attention to how something really looks, what is really required and necessary, not just, you know, something that you are dreaming about and hoping and wishing it happens, and then just seeing what shows up. Saturn is the planner. Now, I feel that this conjunction is a big deal because Saturn and the sun are at 4 degrees. The next day, the sun in Aries is going to sextile Pluto in Aquarius at 4 degrees, 5 degrees actually, 5 degrees of Aquarius. And this is very empowered developments. This is a sense of a solid connection clicks, like something comes together that you want, that you desire, your life force is all about it, and then it sextiles that Pluto in Aquarius, and there's a power up, a surge. And a sextile is harmonious and compatible energies. When there's a sextile, it means that there is an easy connection here, similar to a best friend or good allies working together, bringing the best of themselves forward and moving it forward, especially when you have the power of the sun in Aries, action, and the power of Pluto in Aquarius, the bigger vision. But wait, there's more. At the same time, Saturn in Aries begins to sextile this Pluto in Aquarius at 5 degrees. The sextile between Saturn and Pluto is a big significant deal. I'm going to have a separate video for you discussing it more. But just know that that is the energy that closes out March and as we move into April. And that sextile starts March 27th. And it means that there is something coming to fruition here about the next step, the big plan, the next dream. There's connections arriving, there's support, there's development. This is where things become more solid. There's a solid sense of where you're going, what you're choosing, and even feeling very supported here with this sextile from Pluto. So again, I'll talk about that more in a separate video. But look at how Aries season begins. It begins with the sun not only entering Aries, but having a conjunction to Neptune, then Saturn, then sextiling Pluto. All three are outer planets. All three are working with your sense of self now, what you are prioritizing and understanding about who you are, what you want. A new day is dawning, a new chapter is beginning, and this has strong initiation energy built into it. So in your chart, the early degrees of Aries are where you're going to have more focus and concentration as Aries season starts. Specifically, 0 to 5 degrees of Aries is where the most is happening here. And it means that there are things that are ready to go, ready to move on, ready to move forward. Pay attention of what arrives, what shows up, what you're understanding, what you're choosing. Your intentionality is always important, but during this particular first week of Aries season, a lot is happening here that's bringing your conscious awareness to what you want and how it supports your own self-actualization process at this time. So I hope that helps you at least get a heads up on why Aries season starts with so much energy right now. And it's going to be a shift again as we have that Pisces new moon, Mercury stationing direct conjunct the North Node, then all planets direct. Then the sun enters Aries and has conjunctions to Neptune and Saturn, sextiling Pluto. A lot is happening, and I hope for you it's exactly what you need. It is beautifully supportive of who you are now, of the new life, new adventures, new dream you have. I hope it moves you forward. I hope that this is bringing you into the new chapters you've been wanting. And please note that as we go into April, more planets move into Aries and the pace of life is going to pick up quite rapidly. So thank you for joining me for this video. Oh, I also wanted to mention that I have going on April, May, June, and July in-person astrology workshops in 7 cities around the US. It's called the Crystal Pyramid Experience. And these are 2 90-minute astrology workshops where we look at the chart and then go into more of the galactic codes, cosmic energies, and ascension energies that are coming onto the planet now. We're moving into a very potent and powerful timeline, and we need to be energetically prepared and ready for the mass changes that are coming. Now, we can only be prepared so much in a sense, but these are workshops that are designed to help you identify more of what you came here to activate and live during this time on the planet, specifically starting in 2026 until the end of the decade. So I'm excited to be offering in-person astrology workshops again. I hope to meet so many of you as well. But please check out the details below the video here if you want to check it out. Many of them are filling up. There's only some seats left in some cities. So that's why I wanted to mention it sooner rather than later. But if you can make it, if you can attend, it'd be wonderful to meet you, and I hope to see you there. Otherwise, I'll be back here on YouTube for another video soon, and wishing you a beautiful Pisces new moon as well as a vibrant start to Aries season.